This video, I'm going to show you guys how to connect Google Sheets to HighLevel so that you can send data, specifically in this example, contact data from Google Sheets into HighLevel. There's a bunch of videos showing you how to send contact data from HighLevel to Google Sheets, which is pretty simple to do just because they've got a native integration. But this is how to do the opposite without using middleware. So without using things like Zapier, Make, I'll show you how to use it with appcrips. And this might be beneficial to you if, let's say you are primarily working out of Google Sheets, or if you have a database of contact records. In this case, maybe you're scraping data, you're adding it to Google Sheets, or you're getting data from some other source that doesn't have an API. They're just delivering in a Google Sheet. First, I'm going to give you a short demo because I have a sheet already built. And then I'm going to show you how to set this up yourself. So we've got a sub account in here that is our demo sub account, and we have a Google Sheet. So the way this works is that anytime a row is added in here, and we have a trigger of send, it is going to send this data into HighLevel. So I want to update this with, a contact record. Say George Springer is going to be my contact record. G Springer. I'll just use example.com. And I'm going to leave this field blank for now. So let's say that you are getting a bunch of contact details or contact records, and you're adding them in here through whatever method you've got. And you've got an employee or somebody who's going in here verifying these contacts or doing whatever they need to do to scrub the data. And then they're ready to send this over to HighLevel. All they need to do is type in yes here as a trigger, hit return. And the moment that happens, you'll see this column G that just populated this, and it says sent to HighLevel, and it gives you a timestamp of when that data got sent to HighLevel. So now what happens on the HighLevel side is that they become a contact record with all the fields that you have in your spreadsheet. So you can add fields, you can remove fields, you can add contact tags, whatever. Here's the contact record, George Springer. Here is the phone number. Here's the tag. And now that they're in here, you can assign specific tasks. You can trigger a workflow based on this. You can do anything you want now that the contact is in here. Now, setting this up is pretty simple. So the very first thing that you're going to do is just going to go to your Google Drive, and you're going to create a spreadsheet. Just create a Google Sheet. It's going to be blank. I label mine contact database, and you got to make sure that this tab right here is labeled contacts or whatever is going to be in your app script. Okay. From this point on, this is going to be blank. So I'm going to just, delete this here to show you guys, what this looks like. It's going to look like this. I have my header columns in here: first name, last name, email, phone number, tag, send, status. You can add more notes if you need notes. If you need whatever other value you need in here, you can add. Okay. This is just what I have for demo purposes. So from here, we are going to go to extensions, and from extensions inside the Google Sheet, you're going to click on appcrips. In appcrips, you can see that I have a script. Now you can create different app scripts in here. I'm just gonna, yours will be blank, so there's gonna be nothing in here. If there is something in here, you can go ahead and just kind of delete it. And this is the app script that I'm running specifically to run this on an edit trigger, and I'll explain to you what that means. So if you want to run it exactly how I run it, I'm going to leave this script in the description of this video. You guys can just copy it and paste it in here exactly the way it is. Just copy and paste it in there. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to come here to the left hand side, and we're going to go to project settings. Once you're in project settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom. This is where it says script properties, and this is where we are going to be pasting a webhook from HighLevel in order to make this work. So now you're going to come to HighLevel, and you're going to build your automation. And so I've got an automation in here. I'll show you exactly how to build that. It's called Google Sheets to GHL. The trigger here is going to be an inbound webhook. You're going to look for that trigger and drag and drop it in here. And in the inbound webhook, you are going to take this post get URL here. This is your webhook URL. You're going to copy that. Then you're going to come to your app script tab. You're going to add a property. You can label this whatever you want. I label mine webhook URL, and you're going to paste that value in there. This will give you this script property where you see the webhook that's here. Save this script property. And that's all you need to do in the settings section. The next thing that we're gonna do is we have to set up a trigger. For this, you're gonna go to the left hand side here and you're gonna click on triggers. Inside of triggers, you probably won't have anything in here. It's going to be blank if this is the first time you're running a script. So what you want to do is you want to click on add trigger. When you click on add trigger, because of the script that we plugged in there, you're going to have a function called send contact to GHL. You're going to make sure that is selected. You can leave the head alone. You're going to come down to where it says select event source, and you're going to use a from spreadsheet trigger. Notice that there is a time driven trigger and a from calendar trigger. And I'm going to kind of explain to you how those work and the options that you have after I'm done kind of showing you this process. Basically, what we're doing right now is on edit. So anytime an event type is on edit, so anytime that, you know, we have an edit to the spreadsheet on a row, it will fire this trigger and it will add that data of row into high level. But there are times where maybe you're not working on an individual row basis. Maybe you are receiving a database or 100 rows of contacts or something, you know, to that extent, and you want this to run like a batch. You don't want this to run individually because there are limitations to this. You know, obviously you're not going to update 1,000 rows manually. That's kind of stupid. So you might want like a time-based trigger where at midnight, you know, the script runs and it updates the entire contact list from Google Drive or from the sheets onto high level. You may also want this to be batch processed, so on and so forth. But for now, I'm just going to click on, you know, edit right there, leave it like that. And I'm going to, you know, cancel this and you'll see what it looks like here. So this is exactly what it looks like. If I expand my pencil, you can see that I have from spreadsheet and the event type is edit. So every time a row gets edited, that trigger is going to fire. Now what we need to do is actually go ahead and test this. We are going to go ahead and give this an actual name. Just fill this out with an actual contact record in here. So for me, I'm going to say, you know, just Bobby Brown, and I'm going to not do anything there, right? So at this point, my contact is created in this sheet, but it is not sent to high level just yet. What I need to do is I need to say, yes, send this to high level, hit enter. And now that trigger detects and edit a change on column G and then sends this contact into high level. Now, the reason we ran this test is to make sure that everything's firing properly, but then we want to come here to our high level automation and we want to scroll down to the mapping references. And if you scroll down, you should have a map reference in there. Once you do this, you can select that map reference, and then that's going to give you, you know, pretty much all the fields that you need in here to kind of, you know, check for a sample contact. From here, just click on Save Trigger. Once you save that sample data, this contact update is what's going to pop up for you, right? So what we want to do is we want to select some fields in here. So the email field is what I want, and then I want to choose it from the inbound webhook trigger, and I want to choose email. I then want to do that for all the fields that I want to import. That's going to be phone number, first name, last name. If there's an additional field that you want in here, you can, you know, do that as well. Maybe company name, I would go here. I would look at business name, then I would go here and I would do import from the webhook trigger, and I would select company name, and then I would save that and save this here. Now, what I want to do now is make sure that we check for duplicates. So I don't want any duplicate contacts to be imported in here, because if somebody is already in my database with, let's say, the same ID or the same email or the same phone number, I want a way for this automation to say, hey, this person already exists. Do nothing. Don't import anything in here if they already exist. For that reason, I added the find contact step in here. So I go to actions, I click here, and what I did was I did a find contact, okay? Find contact right here, and I dragged and dropped it in here. So I'm going to open this find contact and show you how I set it up. Basically, the identifier that I'm looking for is email. So webhook fires, contact comes through here, and the system checks if there is an email that matches the email that is being sent from Google Sheets, then it's going to go down this route, contact found, do nothing. Basically, stop, do not add the contact record, do not do anything to that. If it does not exist, then go down this route where contact is not found and go ahead and create that contact record inside of HighLevel. Let me go through this one more time. I'm going to give it another name. I'm going to say Charlie Brown in this case. Okay. And I do want to make sure that this contact is imported. Check on that. And then now that this ran, it's already successfully sent to HighLevel. I can come here to HighLevel, go to my contact records, and I will wait a few seconds in here, refresh this, and there's Charlie Brown right there. I didn't have a business name. I had a phone number. I didn't have a tag, so it didn't import the tag or nothing like that. So there it is. Lastly, I want to talk to you guys about limitations of appcrips. Okay, Google does have quotas for these kind of services, so there are some limitations to it. If you're running a bunch of rows, a bunch of like line items, like I said, say you're scraping data, you're getting 100 results every single day, or 200 results a day from whatever scraping service you've got, but you've got phone numbers, contact records, and then you're like, I just want to validate this first before I import it into HighLevel so that I know that I have clean data. Then you may want to run this as a batch and not necessarily as an on edit. Now, if you decide to run this as a batch, I'm going to leave another script down there that helps you, set up the batch. And basically what I'll do here is I'll paste that right there. It's going to save my changes. And then I can actually click, run first, saving those changes, and it is going to give me a trigger. And what I want to do here is create a trigger. And now my trigger should be process batch. I'm going to click process batch. From spreadsheet, I can do time driven if I want to, and I can do this on form submit or on edit, right? So here I'm going to do time driven, and I'm going to give it an hour. And now I'm going to say every single day at this exact same time of the day, I want you to go ahead and automatically run. So basically what this does is that, midnight to 1 a.m., I'm going to just leave it like that. And basically what this is going to do is that it'll allow you to update your spreadsheet with all the contact records that you want, even this in here, and it will not execute the entire batch until, that same day at 12 o'clock in the morning or at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whenever you want. So hopefully this was helpful. You'll find both scripts down in the description of the video. If you have any questions, let me know, and subscribe to the channel because it does really help. Thanks.